What Are You Waiting For by Gwen Stefani. One of my favorite people is on the telephone line.
94.3.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
One of the important things about the lockdown is we need to stay positive, and who better than Terence Lewis to help us do that? Through dance, he wants to cure this wave of negativity. Good morning, Terence. Thank you for speaking to me. It's always wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you. The same attends here. How have you been during the lockdown?
Very well, Terence. I want to start by talking about this beautiful dance relay challenge. First, talk about the concept, and then we'll talk about how you went about doing it.
Yes, I think you and everybody who's listening to me will relate to this. Because of the lockdown, we have so much time on our hands, and that allows us to kind of, discuss, talk, and, kind of have our opinions on social media. And if you see the wave of negativity that's going around, finger pointing at, why these idiots are doing this way, and why is this community like this, or, why is this country put us in such a mess? This kind of, is just generating a lot of frustration and anger. And because we have time on our hands, and because we do not have immediate responsibilities towards, certain things that otherwise occupy our time, this is kind of, in a way creating this unnecessary hate and this xenophobia. And, basically, I also think it's selectively, of pointing fingers at certain things and just getting into debates and arguments. And what happens at the end of the day is like whether you win or you lose the argument, it just kind of, upsets you in a certain way. And at the end of the day, no work gets done. And I feel it's just not, the energy is disturbed. I feel, at least for me, I feel the energy is disturbed. Even arguing, even whether it's right, wrong, or if it's, telling people to calm down, it just, what happens is your energy gets totally disturbed. And I felt that I was overwhelmed by this. And I felt that I was so distracted that I was not able to do what I had planned, because I had a vision board for myself in these few days of lockdown that, this will give me time for downtime to kind of, go inwards and look at certain aspects of my life. But eventually I got, involved in keyboard warrior games and all of that. So I realized that, we need to do something. We need to stop the hate. We need to stop the xenophobia. We need to kind of, to send a message across that, we're all one, yeah? At the end of the day, we are one race. We are one humanity. And I think anything that divides us is dangerous. And there are fault lines in this. So, seeing these fault lines, brought me to the fact that, if we could somehow, in spite of the social distancing and the walls that are there that separate us, if we could create a dance relay where with my dancers, I, kind of work a concept which is called like a dance antakshari. Wherever I stop in the video of that song, that body part, the other dancer moves from there. For example, just to let you know, once you see the video, you'll realize that if I finish with my back completely into the camera of the video on my lines, the next few lines, the guy or the girl who is going to start the relay starts exactly from the same position where I finished, and then moves into dancing in his own way to express herself with those words, and then again comes back into the camera, right into the camera's face, and finishes with her face or her hair or the leg, and then the next person continues from the leg. So this way we continue as a dance relay. So it's a contactless dance relay, talking about the fact that we are all one, we are connected. Even if there are walls, we're still connected in some way or the other. So that was the whole message of, love, interconnectedness, and, not letting us divide ourselves with hate.
Now, you must go on to the Terence Lewis Instagram handle, and across social media, if you find the Terence Lewis Contemporary Dance Company, the TLCDC, you'll see those videos up. More with the Doctor of Dance, the inspirational Terence Lewis, and his touching dance relay up ahead. But first, some music in the form of Walk the Moon and Shut Up and Dance. It's 94.3 Radio 1 One World, your station, and I'm Hrishikesh. Swedish House Mafia, so popular, so good. I'm in conversation with dancer choreographer Terence Lewis. Him and his dance company have put out a beautiful dance relay challenge from their individual homes, and it's up for everyone to see and savor. It's their hashtag One World Now movement.
94.3.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
What I love, Terence, is all your dancers from the company, starting with Maruk Dumasia, have done these moves in their house with their family in the background, and in the end, they all hands with their family. And it's such an important message about bonding with the people you're in quarantine with.
That's right. That's right. I also, when I suggested this idea along with Maruk, and Maruk had the idea, and we both, mulling over the idea how to do this a few days ago, a lot of the dancers give a hesitant because they're like, are our homes going to be be exposed. We don't have such fancy homes, and our parents are shy. And I said, but that's the whole idea, to show the world that the lives we live. And when I showed this also to people abroad, I have some dancing, and they were like, wow, you Indian guys are so lucky, and families are, because you'll stay with your families. We don't. So there is more loneliness than what they assume. So sometimes certain things work with an advantage during these times, that we have family around us all the time. And they were so overwhelmed by seeing this. So I think in many ways, a lot of my dancers, they were a little worried about, exposing their vulnerable side. And I think yet I told, I pacified them and I said, let's do this, because, what is to be ashamed of? And, we need to conquer our fear in many ways, both not the fear outside, but also the fear inside, with all the prejudices that we have about ourselves and the, criticizing ourselves in many ways for no reason. So I said, let us be honest, let us not be ashamed of where we are, where you say, and, ask your parents to be a part of this. So it took a while to convince my dancers to do this, because, they're shy, they're simple, but I think that's the most beautiful thing. Their simplicity and their vulnerability is something that really appealed to me when I saw the videos come to me, and when we were stitching it together, and I said, wow, this is something that I think needs to be shared, because at one level, I think all families are like this, not all parents can dance, but they just look at their children and they love the fact that their children can do what they could never do. So in a way, it's very relatable, and it's lovely, it's simple, it's pure, it's very like the video is very not overproduced, so it doesn't have fancy lights, costumes, and their houses are very simple middle class houses. So in a way, it kind of connects with you, it shows the real side, and it's just not overproduced. So in that way, it kind of really is real.
And to me, it's very special because it has Michael Jackson's Heal the World, and there's a
Absolutely.
hashtag called Dance Relay Challenge. And of course, you could also do a hashtag Dance With Me on TikTok and join the hashtag One World Now movement with Terence Lewis and the Terence Lewis Contemporary Dance Company. Terence, thank you very much for talking to us, buddy, and I wish you, your extended family, and all your dancers a very safe time during lockdown.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting.
Nick Jonas with Jealous, only on 94.3 Radio 1 One World, your station. My name is Hrishikesh.